lovely people yet again. It's Saturday, the 15th of April. Yeah, and I've finally stopped for the morning. Oh gosh, I'm not going to go into details, but I'm pretty tired. Had lunch, been out shopping, got things organised. The house is a tip. Honestly, but I'm having a cup of tea, so everything is good at the moment. So this week's video is all about how much I'm spending if I cut things back to the bare bone, how much I'm spending on a typical week. Now I'm following a World War II ration diet, but I'm also going to do a comparison with what I was spending before, when I was overeating, when I was eating lots of junk food in addition to my meals, and just want to do the price comparison. Now I know the cost of living has gone up, so prices have gone up as well, but if my calculations are correct, and I'm going to go through them and I'm going to put them up on this video shortly, I believe I am saving at least 50%, possibly 2/3, possibly, around about 70%, 60 to 70% on what I was spending before, because of course I'm eating less for a start. I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to eat mostly fresh foods, and yeah, everything's going well. I'm feeling a lot healthier, especially the last few weeks. And in my last video, I talked about my back pain going and actually getting out and being able to walk. So that's, it's made me feel a lot brighter as well. So when I thought about it before, I was eating good food. Don't get me wrong. I wasn't just eating junk food. I was eating 3 good meals a day, but I was also snacking in between. Just constantly grazing, constantly snacking, and it was all, excuse my language, but pretty crappy food. Highly processed, lots of fat, lots of sugar. And it's quite expensive to eat processed food all the time. I was eating about 3 times, at least twice, sometimes some days 3 times the amount that I really needed to eat. Hence why I got myself in quite, my highest weight, 350 pounds. At the moment, I'm around 265, 264, and I'm hoping to maybe lose another 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds this month if everything goes okay. Not counting calories. I did explain in my last videos, I'm not really counting calories. I sometimes just do it in my head because it's just a habit, isn't it? You'd be so used to doing it for years and years and years. But and I did read and work out as well that when they were planning rationing for the general public, they worked on the premise that this average woman who was doing a moderately busy job, so she wasn't stuck behind a desk, but of average weight, would need about 1,940 calories, so 1940 calories, so it's pretty easy to remember, to sustain a healthy weight, not lose weight, not put on weight. And that was just an average. So I have sat down and thought about it, and I think I'm probably averaging round about those calories every day. So theoretically, if I'm eating what a healthy average person who's moderately active, which I would describe myself as possibly being, if I'm walking to and from work, I'm doing just about 10,000 steps per day. So I'm not hugely active, but I'm not sedentary either. So yeah, theoretically, if I eat what I should be eating as an average woman who's burning that many calories a day, at my weight, of course, when I look at my Fitbit, that was like a Power Ranger move or something, wasn't it? God, I'm showing my age now, aren't I? So when I look at it, I'm thinking, at the moment I'm burning, if I don't do many steps, about 2,500 calories a day. When I'm doing 10k steps or more, or I'm moving around the house a lot, I'm probably burning up about 3,000 calories a day. So if we're talking about calories, I'm somewhere between a 500 to 1,000 calorie deficit per day, which will diminish as my weight lessens, but then I'm thinking I'm probably going to get more active as my weight lessens as well, because I'm going to be able to do more. So yeah, but let's forget about that for the minute, because I think what I want to show in this video, or certainly do a comparison and solidify what my thoughts are, which are I'm spending a lot less and I'm getting healthier on a simple World War II UK ration diet. Now, I'm doing this because I want to prove a theory, I guess. I've kind of done this in the past, but this time I've had all the health tests, I've had my cholesterol done, I've had lots of other tests done, so I'm going to do a comparison at the end just to see what it's been like living on a vegan as well, a vegan World War II ration book diet. Now, of course, probably most of you already know that there wasn't a vegan ration book. Veganism was only kind of noticed. It became, the word vegan became known during the war. So it was of course there were lots of vegans, but it wasn't a recognised way of life, I guess, if you want to call it that. But there was vegetarians. So vegetarians during the war had a special ration, and that special ration, which also actually did apply to a lot of manual workers who were doing a lot of hard physical labour, was that if you didn't obviously have your meat ration, because you didn't eat meat, you were allowed between 10 and 12 ounces of cheese a week, which was a huge amount, you know, in comparison to other people who were eating meat, because their cheese allowance was roughly 2, 3, maybe 4 ounces a week, depending on, you know, because rations changed all the time. So yeah, so if you were a vegetarian, you were allowed a special ration, and that was, you know, usually 10 to 12 ounces of cheese per week, but you had to forego all your meat ration. Yeah, so anyway, moving on from that, what I tend to eat as a vegan, I have been using meat substitutes, but I'm moving away from those now. That helped me ease in it. So I was taking a vegan bacon ration, and I was using dried soy mince, and then obviously a bit of plant-based cheese as part of my ration. But yeah, I think I'm moving forward now. I'm trying to eliminate things like vegan sausages and vegan bacon. I've tried plenty of recipes with those now. They are quite expensive to buy, so I'm getting back to a more like a whole foods diet, which would have been more like, if you were vegan then of course you couldn't have cheese, you couldn't have eggs, so you really would have relied on a whole foods, very much a whole foods plant-based diet. So I'm moving forward more into that realm now. I've got through the first 3 months, but I'm going to go and break everything down to tell you what I've been eating in a typical week and how much it costs. Now, some weeks I don't use vegan alternatives, and those weeks are usually quite a bit cheaper. And then some weeks I do, and that's a little bit more expensive, but still the comparison is quite significant. Anyway, without further ado, as they say, it's time to get on to what I've prepared. And so you'll be able to see over the next few pages my costings, my typical diet, break everything down, and that will just give you a bit of an idea. And it's quite interesting, actually, I find. So anyway, speak to you soon. Bye. Thanks so much for watching this video. I really appreciate your thoughts and your comments, and popping in to follow me. I also have a blog, the1940sexperiment.com, or just 1940sexperiment.com. And on there I have over 200 World War II recipes, which I've recreated over the years. This has been a huge hobby of mine. Yeah, there was a diary on there, there's recipes, there's 1940s original digital downloads. It's really, really interesting. I've kept it as a diary since, oh my gosh, I want to say the last 13, 14 years. Yeah, a WordPress blog on the free blog. That's all I've done. No hosting. I bought a domain, and yeah, it's very simple, very basic, but it's just been wonderful testing out all the 40s recipes. Some of the photography is awful at the beginning. I didn't even have a camera at one stage. I had a really, really, really little cheap video camera that I bought at Walmart when I lived in Canada. And I would do screenshots on that, and they were absolutely awful. You couldn't even see in the pictures what I was eating. But I wouldn't change them for the world. It's just nice to look back on. It's a digital diary. But yeah, go along there if you want to try some recipes and see some recreated. Or pop along to our Facebook group. We've got a phenomenal Facebook group. Just do a search for 1940sexperiment.com. And it will come up as a group and also as a Facebook page as well. You're welcome to join. There's fabulous people on there who are living on World War II rations and sharing their experiences and photographs, and they upload loads of fantastic documents as well. Okay, I will see you soon. Love you, leave you. Bye. Bye.